Why do so many artists feel blocked? Why do they get stuck? Why do they lose their creative flow? These are questions many have asked themselves. But what if the answer isn't out there? But deep inside the hidden parts of ourselves? Carl Jung, the famous Swiss psychologist, believed something important. He believed our creativity doesn't just live in the light. No, it also lives in the shadow. The shadow is the part of us we refuse to see or accept. Today I'll explain what the shadow is, how it blocks your creativity, and most importantly, how you can transform it into your greatest artistic power. Who was Carl Jung? Carl Gustav Jung was more than just a psychologist. He was a pioneer of the unconscious mind. Unlike Freud, who focused on repressed desires and trauma, Jung believed in a complex inner world, a world full of symbols, archetypes, and the shadow. The shadow represents the unconscious parts of ourselves, traits, emotions, or desires that society, or even we ourselves, deem unacceptable. For artists, Jung's ideas are like hidden treasure, because creativity often comes from that wild, hidden energy inside us all. What is the shadow? Your shadow contains everything you push away: anger you won't admit, jealousy you hide, fears you avoid, parts of your personality you don't want to face. But it also holds gifts, raw energy, unfiltered emotion, creativity waiting to be unleashed. Imagine your mind as a room. The lighted corner is what you're aware of, what you're comfortable with. The shadowy areas are filled with things you've hidden away, sometimes for good reasons, sometimes out of fear. When ignored, the shadow doesn't vanish. Instead, it influences your behavior in subtle or obvious ways, like self-sabotage, creative blocks, emotional outbursts. How the shadow blocks artists are especially vulnerable to their shadow. Why? Because creative work requires vulnerability, honesty, courage, things the shadow challenges, fear of failure, harsh self-criticism, imposter syndrome. These often stem from shadow parts you've denied. When these fears dominate, creative energy stalls. The artist feels blocked, frustrated, stuck in a cycle of doubt. But the truth is, that block is a signal, a message from your shadow trying to get your attention. Shadow work as the key. Shadow work is the practice of turning towards these hidden parts. Instead of running away, it's a deep, ongoing process of self-reflection, acceptance, transformation. By shining light on your shadow, you reclaim the energy trapped there. This energy is the fuel for authentic art that touches hearts, because it's born from real pain, real joy, real humanity. Jung believed that embracing your shadow allows you to become whole, and creativity is a byproduct of this wholeness. Practical exercises. Start small. Begin noticing moments when you feel triggered or upset. Ask yourself, what am I really feeling? What part of me does this reflect? Try journaling, write letters to your shadow, ask it questions. Listen to the answers without judgment. Another exercise is active imagination, a technique Jung developed, where you dialogue with your shadow as if it were a separate person. Create art that expresses these feelings, even if they're dark or uncomfortable. The key is to face the discomfort with curiosity, not fear. Why shadow work is worth it. Shadow work isn't easy, but it's worth it. Artists who embrace their darkness find new creative freedom. Blocks melt away, replaced by a flow of inspiration. Your work becomes a mirror, not just for yourself, but for others who see their own struggles reflected. By facing your shadow, you unlock your deepest creative power. Your creativity is waiting in the darkness you fear to explore. Face your shadow, embrace all parts of yourself, and watch your art transform. If you're ready to start, download my free shadow work journal below. It's designed to guide you step by step through this journey. Follow for more insights on creativity, psychology, and self-discovery.